Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Boom goes the dynamite. Look who's back. Galgatron is back, guys, on the scene. And if you don't know who Galgatron is, well, I guess you're fairly new to the XRP community. He is back. He had disappeared for a while. I think after the XRP lawsuit, he realized that there wasn't really much to talk about because we weren't going to see the same types of developments that we're going to see now. So, just to my point from this morning's video, which I will link up here if you guys didn't catch it, the fact that, now that we have the clarity, this is going to open up more avenues for more information, more meaningful partnerships. And I don't want to diminish the partnerships that Ripple has accrued over the last several years. But, these international banks, where there was already regulatory clarity, that's cool. The MENA region, Southeast Asia, some places in Europe had Ripple partnerships. But now, guys, the American partnerships, I think this is now what we're waiting for with bated breath to hear about and, to actually see those changes occur. So Galgatron is back. I think that is good news. We're already even seeing developments here from, companies like Linked2, Digital Asset Buy here posting this. Buy tokenized private equity with XRP. Things are getting interesting. Listen to this interview clip with Joe Endoso, okay? He's the COO at Linked2, and he was on Tony Edwards' Thinking Crypto podcast. Listen to this.
Yeah, actually, I was just on a call right before this interview, Tony, with the head of our ledger engineering team, right? And he and his guys are working right now on a proof of concept. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a completely separate SPV that is firewalled from the rest of our SPVs in our main database. We're going to put assets into it. We're then going to tokenize those assets. Then we're going to have that SPV custodied at PolySign. So we have an independent third-party custodian.
Right.
And then we're going to face a bunch of non-US or foreign broker-dealers who are custodied either at PolySign or other digital asset custodians who are also qualified. And then we're going to sell those tokenized Linked2 SPV assets for XRP.
Wow.
We're going to get paid in XRP for those tokenized assets. So we're going to do that test in the coming months. And that trade is going to clear and settle on PolySign's Atomic Net blockchain, it's still in test net phase, but we'll do it on the test net.
So you heard it there from Link2's Joe Endoso, tokenizing private equity with XRP. They're going to tokenize assets. They're going to be getting paid with XRP. So Link2 obviously seeing the value here. And they're going to be doing it all, guys, on PolySign's Atomic blockchain, which is in the testnet phase, although I guess they have no problem doing that right now. So more use cases for XRP, and guys, this is happening in the United States. If you want to catch Tony Edwards' podcast, Digital Asset Investor did, in fact, post a link down here. So the link for the entire podcast is there. I do suggest you follow Thinking Crypto on YouTube. So, again, it's not to say that we aren't going to continue seeing the global partnerships. ACI Worldwide, the global leader in real-time payment software, joins forces with the DOC. So check this out, guys, from Mike Manfield on Twitter. They are joining forces with DOC, one of Latin America's top technology companies for payments and banking, to unveil acquiring as a service solutions for the Brazilian market. So this innovative as a service model redefines the acquiring landscape, allowing non-financial institutions like retailers, restaurants, apparel, e-commerce businesses to step into the role of acquirers through a simple subscription process, eliminating the need for the cumbersome accreditations from card networks and the central bank. With streamlined processes, the optimized costs customers reap with benefits of this game-changing model. DOC's acquiring as a service solution are bolstered by ACI Worldwide's state-of-the-art technology. We know they're Ripple-enabled. We know they offer seamless integration with other payment solutions. DOC presents a robust, modular, and tailor-made solution that adapts to the specific needs of its clients. And guys, here is a quote: ACI's technology lies at the heart of the solution we offer, empowering DOC as a pioneering force to deliver its unique value proposition to the market. So they're really leaning in on ACI Worldwide, this Ripple-enabled partner, to enable these services. As Brazil marks the inaugural launch of the revolutionary solution, both ACI and DOC anticipate taking the region by storm, with plans to expand the acquiring as a service offering to the Latin American countries through this groundbreaking partnership. So ACI Worldwide, one of the bigger Ripple partners, now teaming up with this Brazilian company. Again, as I said, we are going to continue to see these worldwide partnerships. And, it's going to be interesting. I mean, now that we know XRP has clarity, how these partnerships, how these companies that have already been kind of doing their things behind the scene in other countries are going to integrate once we hear news of the American partnerships. I'm really curious to see what connections we're going to see at that point. Anyway, Mike Manfield, wanted to thank him for posting that. Wrath of Kahneman also mentioning this. Ripple held a policy summit with our partners at TRM Labs, okay? This was back a few weeks ago, and this was happening in Thailand. Brooks Entwistle, Senior Vice President and Managing Director of crypto solution provider Ripple, noted that Thailand's digital asset market has grown significantly and advised the related sectors to work together on developing a regulatory framework to allow the ecosystem to further expand. So Brooks Entwistle was recently over there. The policy director of the Asia Pacific, Rahul Advani, was also there. He said one of the reasons behind the growth of the digital asset market in the region is the ease and convenience it has brought to international money transfers. Old-fashioned transfers are slow and expensive, essentially in terms of foreign currency, whose losses are usually experienced in exchange rate variations. He added down here that Thailand's digital asset market specifically has grown exponentially despite the Bank of Thailand and Securities and Exchange Commission's focus on consumer protection. So that is a stark difference from what was happening in the US. Bank of Thailand obviously wants to be proactive, wants to be inclusive of cryptocurrencies and digital assets within their financial structure. Compare that to what's going on in the US and the American SEC. Well, a bit of a different story. The Thai government and agencies are good partners in digital asset market environment, he said, adding that he expected the market to evolve further as government agencies openly engage in the technology. Angela Ang was also present there. She is from TRM Labs. She said Thailand has been among early adopters of digital assets. This allows the country to improve its regulatory framework to meet consumers and investor needs. She also added that the country's clear regulations have helped boost confidence among consumers and investors. So adoption, guys, very, very prominent in Thailand, and we had two Ripple representatives there, along with the representative from TRM Labs. Great news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Also happened to see this. Another one from Mike, and this has to do with another partner, Airwallix, guys. More expansion from a Ripple company, and get this, we're getting closer and closer. This is connecting to Brex, an American-based financial technology company. So, one of the first, I'm sure they operate in other countries, but they are an American company, and Airwallix, which is already Ripple-enabled, continues to assemble a rapidly growing ecosystem of customers and partners, validating its position as a catalyzing force in global money movement infrastructure, improving the power of collaborative innovation in technology. Guys, here's the quote. In today's economic climate, every business is navigating two competing interests, expanding operation and saving costs. First of all, let me say that Ripple partners have been very, very aggressive at not just collaborating with other Ripple partners, but also acquiring non-Ripple partnered companies under their umbrella because, you got to consider XRP, the XRP ledger, DLT technology, leveraging XRP for liquidity. All those things can be considered tools or weapons in order to overtake your opponent. So if you have better technology, obviously you're going to have more customers. In theory, that's how it goes. You're going to get more of the business, so your competition cannot thrive. Therefore, you can now pounce and acquire your competition. And so we started seeing that a few years ago. Fast forward to today, the American landscape's opening up. And so what's going to happen now? Traditional banking solutions make that nearly impossible as global expansion is often accompanied by burdensome complexity, slow time to market, and complicated regulatory requirements, he says. We see a tremendous opportunity to connect more US-based businesses with our global network. So looking towards US businesses now, guys. Again, I think this is going to be the theme moving forward, considering now we have the regulatory clarity in the United States. And Brex is the first fully unified global spend platform, serves large multinational customers all over the world. So there you go, a US company that works internationally and needs to access the same financial tools Brex offers in the US to other countries. Interesting news there, now partnering with Airwallix. So I am quite curious how this is going to solidify, how this is going to materialize. Wanted to thank Mike Manfield for posting that. Some other news, guys, that I wanted to address today from ISO 20022 Let's Do It 11 hours ago. Swift GPI to use XRP through their R3 partnership. Now, when I took a look at this article, I was a little disappointed to see that it was coming from Crypto Alert. This is the same news outlet that was posting fake news about Ripple and XRP. So again, I'm not going to go over this. I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. But the thing is, to make something more believable, there always has to be a bit of a grain of truth there, or at least that's, the most efficient way to make something a little more believable. There's no confirmation that this is happening, at least not today. The thing, though, that I wanted to bring up, because I don't want people to say, well, it's never going to happen then, is we did get news. Now, these are confirmed sources, okay? CNBC, Swift CEO did announce a tie-up with blockchain startup R3. This happened all the way back in January of 2019. However, it did happen, and so we haven't heard much since then. Godfrey Liebrandt, he was the head of Swift at that time, and he said the institution would link R3's platform with its new payment standard framework, GPI. Liebrandt was speaking beside Brad Garlinghouse, the chief executive of Ripple, a fierce competitor to R3, at the Paris FinTech Forum on Wednesday. And at that time, Garlinghouse was saying Ripple was always open to working with Swift, ways we could work with Swift, but neither company hinted at a partnership between the two in the near term. Now, remember, guys, this was from back in 2019. A lot has changed since then, but this is when Swift did say, let's work with R3. Also notice here that they're saying that R3 is a Ripple competitor. Kind of not really. R3 can settle in XRP, and it's not to say that it's the only currency that it can settle in. R3 is a huge platform that does have many applications and can settle in many different currencies. R3's Corda, though, the new settlement layer, now supports XRP. This was from back in March of 2021. So just to give you guys some context, and we could in fact see Swift running on XRP. I do not doubt it for a second that it could happen, although I don't think that this is where this article is coming from. Again, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did not read this, but as soon as I saw that it was coming from Crypto Alert, I got my warning bells up. Nevertheless, I'm not going to blame ISO 20022. Let's do it for that. I just know through my own research that take it with a grain of salt. But if you guys are seeing this floating around Twitter, I just thought I would bring up those connections and let you guys know the research that I've done. I mean, remember, guys, I've been doing this channel for 5 years, so there's a lot of things that I already do know, and we can go back and we can even check. Just doing a quick Google search. Nevertheless, wanted to thank ISO 20022. Let's do it for posting that. Here's another piece of news, though, guys, that I thought was really great, courtesy of Crypto Hulk here on Twitter, at CryptoHulk19, and apparently he did post about this, too, on his YouTube channel, Breaking. Now, he was noticing a connection with the quantum financial system and a global reset. And I don't know if you guys remember back in 2019, there was a lot of information going around about quantum financial system. There's been buzz about XRP being integral, or being an integral part of this emerging system, with quantum computing technology rapidly advancing the way the world moves towards new financial systems. So he delves into this, and I'm going to read you guys a little bit of this. How does XRP fit into the QFS, okay? First of all, I guess we should get an idea of what QFS is. It aims to revolutionize traditional financial systems by utilizing quantum computing. There's a potential to solve complex problems, so these computers are really advanced. QFS could potentially eliminate the need for intermediaries, so reduce transaction times, and provide a secure, transparent, and highly efficient global financial infrastructure. Why would XRP be integrated? Scalability, guys. One of the primary challenges in implementing QFS is ensuring that it can handle the massive global volume of transactions. And we know XRP is scalable. And at this point, it was capable of handling 1,500 transactions per second. But since this article was released, this was only from 4 months ago, I think that number has actually gone up since then. So that's another big thing. The risk of malicious actors using quantum computing to break encryption and comprising blockchain networks has increased. XRP employs advanced cryptographic algorithms, and its developers are researching and implementing more technology that could enhance that. Interoperability, the QFS will need to connect various financial systems and digital assets seamlessly. XRP is designed to act as a bridge currency, as we know, facilitating frictionless value exchange between different currencies and networks. The interoperability is crucial for the QFS to become a truly global and unified financial system. We also have decentralization, and we know XRP is a decentralized crypto, decentralized ledger, and it's built on the consensus mechanism. And energy efficiency, I can talk a little bit about that, but I think we all know about how energy efficient the XRPL is as well. So QFS, sorry, that just sounds like a new buzzword that has no meaning. And, people were critical of this back in 2019 as well. I believe it was, who was it? It was one of those guys. And I can see if I can dig up an article with who, Charlie, was his name? Charlie something. I think he was talking about the quantum financial system back in 2019 and how it could involve XRP. So this one, I'm sorry, I thought that this article was from that time. This one was actually from 4 months ago. So I guess we've been seeing some renewed interest in this. I did a little bit more research. QFS systems advanced without any equivalent politicians or bankers caught red-handed. So this is a bit of an opinion piece, I guess. This new system will run on quantum computing based on an orbiting satellite and protected by secret space programs to ensure that it cannot be hacked. The quantum technology has provided a benevolent extraterrestrial galactics. The purpose of the new financial system is to put an end to cabal corruption, usury, and manipulation within the banking world. The key is to implement limitations that will prevent corrupt banksters from gaining significant profits. So then it gets me wondering, who's going to be using this? How are they going to be using it? I did a little more research. Again, this tweet from 2019 from MacAttack XRP discussing, it was embedded in this article. Ripple community hopes China and Russia will use XRP for liquidity. So while discussing the news about the recent blockchain boom in China caused by a statement from President Xi Jinping, and the story about Russia, China, and India joining forces in the field of transnational payments, some members of the XRP community assume that XRP may be the coin chosen to provide liquidity for this new joint system. Now, MacAttack XRP points this out in terms of QFS with regards to these particular countries. If we do a little bit more digging, we can see this slide pop up again. And I did a video on AIIB years ago now. I don't know if it's dated. Maybe it's a topic that I should maybe revisit one day. I'll see if I can find the old video and I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. But Pacho Muchacho on Twitter posted this: XRP will be backed by gold, not pegged by gold, or not pegged to gold, to be the new quantum financial system before or by 2020. Again, this was posted about 4 years ago, 2019. AIIB will use CIPS or CIPS, and it will replace SWIFT with XRP-based system. SWIFT volume requires XRP to be $1,600 to $2,300 per coin for this to work. And so this is AIIB, okay? HSBC connected to SWIFT. Again, the dollar system moving. We know, since then we've been getting a lot more information about how these, BRICS countries, for example, are going to be transferring value. And, using gold as one of those mechanisms, at least using gold as a measurement of, how things are going to be backed moving forward. This slide obviously mentions XRP here too. And, this wasn't the only place I saw this originally. But guys, I wanted to go back to what Crypto Hulk found just the other day, okay? From the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. So a very specific website up here, occ.trees.gov. This is an official government website. And when you click on this link here, guys, and I will link everything in the description of the video, there's a link to a letter from 2020, okay, June 2020. This email was forwarded to us from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency in Washington, D.C. So this is American government information, although it does seem like it's in Spanish. This is from the American government, has been working with the acting controller of the currency to ensure the immediate disbursement of your funds. Now, if you go down here and you look at some of this information, they talk about this: in preparation for the global currency reset and arrival of the quantum financial system currently running parallel, any international financial activity regulated by the respective agencies must strictly comply with no tolerance to all protocol and regulations stipulated in the International Quantum Initiative Act. Interesting. Things that make you go, Also, global currency reset, they're mentioning it here, running parallel with QFS, quantum financial systems. And now that we have XRP regulatory clarity, and considering we've already seen some connections revolving around XRP and QFS systems, are we now going to see a shift? Are we now going to see that change occur sooner rather than later? Global currency reset in conjunction with this, guys, running parallel, as it's mentioned here, from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency from Washington, D.C., as it's mentioned up here. So, guys, this is an American document. Back in 2019, they were talking about this happening with regards to the BRICS countries, and maybe they will be running on something similar. Who knows, right? We have to kind of keep up to speed. We have to understand that, if a certain part of the world is running on this type of system, well, the U.S. has to combat that with equal or better technology. Now that XRP has clarity, we're hearing more now about the quantum financial system, QFS, SWIFT integration, and now the icing on the cake, this letter here forwarded by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the QFS running parallel to a global currency reset, guys. So a huge thanks to Crypto Hulk here on Twitter. Great information. We just got to keep our eye on the prize. Make sure you guys keep your eye out for FUD, misinformation. And I mean, there is still a chance that companies like Swift will settle with XRP. I mean, I'm sure they're already doing it through certain companies that they're already integrated with. This is just the beginning, guys. We've seen Brex now, an American company, engaging with Ripple-enabled companies, in this case, Airwallix. It is still just the beginning. XRP trading at about 80 cents as of the time of this recording. But I think that's going to go much, much higher in the near future. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.